Guys, we found it. I know that we've been doing a lot of, aftermath of the One Punch Man drama, but this has to do specifically with middle school drama where Nicholas Light is calling out somebody and we don't know who that somebody is. For those who are employed and don't know what they're talking about, let me play this part so you have a context of what we're doing. And we found them, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to this part.
There's specifically one YouTuber that
Is this part? Who could it be? There's one YouTuber that Nick is like,
I won't name.
He won't name.
Will not say my name because his audience hates me.
I mean, whose audience doesn't hate you at this point? True! It's because you've created these haters and they infiltrate into every fucking part. Just because there is hate in other people's channel doesn't mean that's their organic fans. Like, you did this due to your own actions, and now we have to fucking clean up the shit on our fucking lawn. But here's the important part. Holy fuck, this guy's spitting. That is the absolute truth. You think we're like straight up like your haters are just like here just randomly? No. You created this shit and we have to fucking deal with it. There is a YouTuber that will not name Nicholas Light that Nick is sus about. Yeah. Where is this coming from? Yeah.
That will not say my name because his audience hates me. But he loves me and he says I'm one of his biggest inspirations.
Those are the key clues right now. Who could it be? Nick? And he said Nick is a great inspiration, that they love him.
To everyone that loves me, I love you. I'm only
And you know what? That's where we're at. And there's a lot of different guesses and names spitting around. If we look at the comment section too, a lot of people has been, saying this shit too. Where is this? Bro made an annoying whiny drama to peak comedy. Listen, my goal at the end of the day is to always just meme about this shit. I think the best way to handle this kind of like controversy or outrage is to just joke about it, meme about it, say Bandai Namco Ninjas, that I was paid by Bandai Namco. I think that's one of the best ways to make content out of it and just have to entertain. But some people are saying that it may have stemmed from this tweet. And what does this tweet say? Shout outs to Luke, G.O.T Games, love the guy. Spreading hate brings you hate. 5:22 a.m., October 22nd. And that date is the day in which the One Punch Man director got assassinated by Nicholas Light. I can't believe he killed him, bro. He did it. Holy shit. This is I think the origin. And a lot of people are obviously, and you know what? Like, he's not wrong. Spreading hate absolutely does bring you hate. Whether or not the hate is warranted, justified, like, this is an absolute fact. But notice how, like, no name is ever mentioned. So here's what I think happened. Off of the quote retweets, right? Off of the quote retweets about this, you're always going to have the most terminally online people that wants to twist other people's names in order to cause more of an outrage. And that's why I think Nicholas Light is such a lolcow in the way that like people instigate, and he will always bite back. He says he farms them back, but to me it seems like he has this like pattern of behavior of getting baited by random retards online, and then more drama happens for it. Or maybe we're all just in a group chat together, orchestrating this fabricated drama so you can eat up the slop. But notice how people in the quotes are obviously going to take what Luke said and perhaps out of context twist it such that it is now being directed at Nicholas Light. Do you think that someone like Nick, who responds to random Twitter accounts, no matter how big or small they are, because that's how he does it, would look at these quotes and then assume that Luke was talking about him? I think so. On the other side, maybe Luke is talking about him. I don't know. Because it doesn't mention anybody here. It could simply be the sycophant One Punch Man actual like haters, or the retards who don't know how things work and has been directing hate to the director. Maybe it's about specific content creators. Nobody knows. That's why this is like vague posting, subtweeting, who's he talking about? And that's where all the middle school drama stems from. And today, we had an interesting response here. We had a very interesting response here. I find it interesting how the most chilled, mellow people can take all the shit talk in the world. And yet the angriest people can take absolutely none, but dish out more hatred than anyone else. Insecurities, thinking emoji. Also, I'm on holiday. Don't miss me too much. Love you all. I hope that he's enjoying the holiday, but goddamn. G.O.T Games just kind of dropping a fucking bomb on a holiday. Who's he talking about here right now? I don't know. But like, shall we keep thinking in the perspective that he's specifically talking about Nicholas Light? Does the shoe, you know, fit the feet? Like, do you think that it kind of makes sense? And you know what? I think he could be. I'm not going to speak on his behalf, but like, I think it is absolutely reasonable to assume that Luke could be talking about Nicholas Light, or he could be talking about hateful people online who are the ones that, again, directed hate to JC staff, to the director specifically. Again, I don't believe that Nicholas Light specifically did that. I think he was part of the issue on the Twitter deletion incident, but to say that it's all Nicholas's fault is, again, outblown hatred that has happened because he has farmed so many haters and they will exist to shit on him no matter what. Nick immediately responds with an eye emote because, again, he reads everything. Like, listen, and you know what? It is our jobs to be terminally online, but dude, he is everywhere, reading everything, responding to everything, and of course he responds to DOT Games. So now let me go back to this incident. I don't know if Luke is talking about Nick, but I do believe that Nick is thinking about Luke. You know what I mean? I think that based on all things that we've seen so far, it does make sense that Nick would get outraged and rage baited by random retards that want to make a bigger deal out of something that's vague. And because of the response to an eye emoji here, I think absolutely it was G.O.T Games that he was talking about in these videos. And if we look at the responses, it's weird seeing you here when I think this guy can still be considered lesser known here in America. I don't really know what this response really means to Nicholas Light. And we have a response from Luke. Nicholas has always been awesome towards me and my community, despite us being so different. A good example of how two very different people can still understand and respect each other. Yes, I think that you can disagree with a lot of things. You can be opposing a lot of things, but still understand and respect each other and have a positive, like amicable relationship. I think that's what grown-ass adults should be doing, rather than just saying, no, you're canceled. I hate everything about you. Now, I do that with everybody except Fraud Lad of Culture. Fuck that guy specifically, that balding, ugly motherfucker that buys views and subs and bullies smaller creators because of how insecure he is. That is inexcusable. But Nick, no matter how much differences, we have, I still, again, will always choose to see him in a positive light. It's good for content. But he did unfollow me recently, ... crying emoji. Must be all of my Taylor Swift posts. And the Taylor Swift stuff, I think that there is an overlap of the audience because Nick, again, used to do K-pop content and then went into Swiftie content. And then I don't know what happened there. He got canceled again and moved to anime content. But obviously a lot of people that G.O.T Games has is going to be the people that, like, quote unquote canceled Nick back in the day. I think that's a fair assumption to be making. And there's some other responses here saying, like, you can't please or make everyone happy or be friends with everyone on the internet. It's a sad reality, man. I think that friends, again, is a very, like, it's very rare. Online, again, we're all just colleagues, and I don't think we can be friendly, but genuine friendship, I think, is bullshit. All I can say is be yourself, never do anything to your fellow colleagues, and I will support you, make the kind of content your community wants, stay chill, enjoy your life, I'll respect you, man. And that's pretty much it. So I think that this is a scenario where I think that maybe, Nick is baiting us. Maybe Nick is playing, big brain Aizen. Maybe he's light Yagami right now, and he has been farming us before we even realized what was going on. And this is all a big ruse. But I think most likely this is another incident where random haters and dumbasses love to see a reaction out of Nick. They hate him so much that they will take other content creators' words like that and twist it and spin it and to get an outrage out of him. Because he's always online reading and just posting constantly, he's going to be convinced that maybe G.O.T Games hates him, and then he unfollowed G.O.T Gaming. And you know what? This is so fucking stupid. This is genuinely so fucking stupid, bro. This is, again, what do I say? Mean Girls. This is the height of middle school, high school drama. Nick has like a fucking list, a notebook of all the different incidences and the drama that's happened with other content creators. You're on the naughty list now. Like, bro is so fucking sassy with it. And you know what? He truly is the main character in Mean Girls. He would kill it in that movie, genuinely. Like, the power scaling that he has, like, 100% Nick would be the main bad bitch here. That would be starting all the fucking drama. He's good at that shit. But are we getting farmed? Is this all this middle school drama? This is why, again, I don't follow anybody. I will never follow anyone. I just follow Team YouTube just to contact them for support. But this is the reason, because it's like, now you gotta keep track of like, oh my God, did he follow this person? Did he unfollow this person? Like, brother in Christ, I'm too fucking old for that shit. But I am never above reality TV drama. I love this shit. This is why I love Nick. No matter how, you know, how many sparks and friction happens between us, right? I love like the petty, passive aggressive middle school drama. As much as I act like I'm above it, I'm not. I'm like the commentator. I don't know in this movie what kind of character that I would be. I don't think I would be any of the bad bitches. But I think I would be like the side character that's constantly commentating as if like this is like a real-time match. It's so fun to me, bro. Anyways, we got it, ladies and gentlemen.